Come on. Let's go to the gym. Running and lifting can be tough. It's hard to feel like you're making strength gains or even just maintaining strength at all when you're running, and it's so hard to balance the time and when do you run, when do you lift, when's the best, when's the most optimal. It's very difficult to figure out your recovery, spacing out your workouts, and just what to do. So today, I'm going to talk to you about my current lifting and running split. So here's a quick clip of me saying, hey guys, just got a new microphone. Not really sure if it's gonna pick up. I guess I'll find out later when I edit, which is currently right now, and I realized none of it got picked up. But basically what I'm saying is everything that you're gonna find out later in the video. All right, so like I was saying, before I walked into the gym, I got this new little microphone, and I was like, I'm not really sure if this thing's working or it's on. I'm not really sure how to use this thing. And then I looked back at the video, and sure enough, it wasn't on. So we were wrapping up our compound movements here. We're gonna do some accessories, some shoulders, arms, just a bicep exercise, tricep exercise, and then get out of here. So we did weighted pull-ups, incline dumbbell bench, dumbbell rows, shoulder press, and now we're going to do some lateral raises, curl, tricep extension, be done. This workout's going to take about 45 minutes, so pretty efficient, in and out, and yeah, so let's get into this set. And honestly, I love this machine. I love lat raises. This machine feels, it's so good, but for some reason I just prefer the dumbbells. Let's see. It feels pretty light the first couple reps, and then once you get going, 10, 15, it really starts getting heavy. All right, so we'll do a couple sets of those and then get out of here. And guys, I don't know if you've ever tried filming yourself in a gym. It is super awkward, especially like a public gym. It feels like everyone's watching you, and I don't know if it's in my head or if it's true, because I know me. If I saw someone filming themselves at the gym, like I constantly look to see what they're doing and why they're filming themselves. It's weird, but at the end of the day, like, why should you really care? All right, so cut me a break for this mic. I know I'm gonna include it later when I go back to edit, basically what I was saying, because yeah, and then in the gym, the audio working. I don't know if it's just because music's pumping and you can't really hear it. I guess we'll find out after this clip, but bear with me as I figure out a microphone. So it is so important for you to lift while running, because lifting makes you a stronger runner and running makes you a stronger lifter, or better lifter. Lifting makes you a stronger runner, running makes you a better lifter. I think that's what I was trying to say. So you got to fit in both. Currently what I'm doing is one upper body session, and then I've got legs and a push day and a pull day. So 4 lifts a week.
and I'll kind of space them throughout the week and make sure that I hit legs on a certain day that's not going to mess with my running, and that I can actually have enough juice in those babies to get an actual good lift in. So it is very difficult to balance it all, and I feel like I've got a pretty good balance. Now, don't get me wrong, when I've gone deeper into a training program for running, I typically give up one of the sessions. I try to always hit legs at least once a week because that is so good for performance and reducing injury. So I typically will lose a push or pull day and just combine it into 2 upper body days, 1 lower body day. I might even sometimes, when I'm really deep into it, do a full body day, do an upper body day, and then a full body. So you got to play around with it. But right now in the off season, 4 lifts a week, and that's what I'm doing. That sounds easy. Working out 4 times a week for 45 minutes. Piece of cake, right? Piece of cake, right? No, you are wrong. We have to figure out where we're going to put those runs in. Tell myself it's just because it's cold out and getting up so early is so hard, but I swear I make that up. So we have 2 scoops of G1M Sport in here with my daily creatine, and I know like the general consensus is 5 grams of creatine. I probably take more like 7 or 8, and there's actually science that says there's more benefits to taking more creatine, all the way up to like 20 grams, but that seems a little egregious. I don't do that. I just go slightly above. 2 scoops G1M Sport, so there's some amount of carbs in here. I'm not sure, and I'm debating if I want a piece of sourdough, but at this point, probably not. I think I'll skip the sourdough, eat that for breakfast. So we're gonna put this down. My one and only beanie that I own, I've got in the dryer because it was still wet from the washer. So hopefully that dries pretty quick. Throw that on, and we'll get into this run. All right, this morning we've got our long run of the day. So it is just a 12-mile run today. I still got a couple weeks before training really starts, so I don't really want to go too long, just longer than my average run. So nothing too crazy, but we got a 12-mile run today. And so my current running split is I am running 4 days a week. So I have my zone 2 heart rate based run, anywhere from 8 to 10 miles. Then I've got a long run right now, anything between 10 to 14 miles. Then I've got a speed workout, which is normally 6 to 8 miles, focused on tempo. Focused on tempo, intervals, and really just not focused on the mileage, but focused on the speed work. Then I have a recovery run. So that run is 6 miles, just super slow. So those are my 4 main runs. Now when I get deeper into training, I'll add a 5th run, something of just 2 to 5 miles, just something super light to get some of that soreness out, act as a recovery run, and really get more mileage under my feet. I know you're probably thinking, hey, you said you lift 4 days a week, and then now you're saying you run 4 days a week. That makes 8 days a week. How do you do that? Well, for me, you see, I have an extra day every week. No, I'm just kidding. One of those days, on my speed day, when the mileage is a little bit shorter, yes, it's intense, but it's shorter, that is when I will do a 2 a day. So I'll run in the morning, get that workout in, and then 12 hours later, I'll get a lift in. And yes, off the bat, that's kind of difficult to do. Like, your legs just don't recover like that. But over time, your body gets used to it, and now you can lift like you didn't already run that morning. So that is my current running split, 4 days a week, changing up runs, changing up lengths, changing up intensities, and then lifting 4 days a week different body parts. Also, side note, this beanie I washed yesterday, and I normally hang dry it because it's, I don't know, nice, and I feel like your clothes last longer when you hang dry things. And it didn't dry all the way this morning. It's still damp, so I'm running in the cold with a damp beanie, and I almost feel like that's worse. I almost thought I should just throw a hat on, but it's too late now. I gotta go. I gotta run 12 miles. Let's get it in. So, as soon as I ended that last clip, I could feel my head getting colder, and I was like, this is so dumb, running with a wet beanie in the cold. So I ran back and got a hat. Yeah, that was a good call. I'm so tired of it being cold. I feel like it's been cold for so long. So hard to run in sweatpants and all bundled up. I hate it. And I remember back to my New York City marathon training vlogs that I was like, man, I am not looking forward to running in the dark for most of the run, which is what's happening now. Like, I'll catch the glimpse of the sunrise, which is actually freaking awesome. But yeah, I'm ready for earlier sunrises, warmer weather. But it is good for recovery because I'm doing less. And if you're running and lifting, you got to focus so much more on recovery. So occasionally, when I feel exhausted and feel that I need a day off, I will sometimes skip a lifting session. Never a run, but a lifting session. Because it's easier to make up a lift. Like, you could miss upper body and then just do a full body. And yeah, it's not optimal, but better than nothing. And then you risk, when you're trying to add mileage, if you missed a run, injury. Like, it's way easier to get injured. So if you're running and lifting, sometimes if I need recovery, I will skip a lift and combine it later in the week, but I'll never skip a run. Boom, workout done. 12 miles, 8:36 pace. Cold out for sure. And honestly, like, the last mile, I hardly ate any carbs yesterday, and that, I was a little nervous thinking about that. So I had that G1M Sport this morning, get some carbs before the run, and then I could feel at that last mile that I was like, I probably should have ate a little more carbohydrates yesterday. But all good. Run still felt good. A little chilly, but you know how I feel about that. So recap my lifting split. Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. An upper, a lower, a push, a pull, 4 runs. One of those is a 2 a day. All different intensities, lengths, purposes. That is my current split. I'll take a day off. I'll be smart about it. But you really just got to play around. There really is no right or wrong reason. And depending on how many miles you're lifting, how many miles you're running, whether you're training for a program or just training to be fit, like, that is all going to have different circumstances for different situations, right? So you got to play with it. What makes you feel the best. Focus on protein to recover, carbs to fuel, and you'll be good. Yes, there's periods of your lives that you are training for something and you are pushing yourself and you are growing your fitness, and it takes a lot of focus and attention, and that's great. But there's a lot of life outside of that where you're just maintaining fitness and you're just trying to be healthy. So no need to go to extremes, no need to exert yourself beyond, what makes life better. Now, there are situations where you do want to push your boundaries, push your limits, and overcome obstacles, right? That is awesome. That is great for you. That's what you're supposed to do. But sometimes you realize, this moment of my life right here is being healthy, being a better me, maybe taking a step back from running your 30-mile runs. But there is a time and place for that, so don't get me wrong. So all in all, running and lifting makes it better. With that said, I'm gonna end the video here. Thank you for watching. Keep working, keep pursuing greatness. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. Shout out to all 136 of you, I appreciate it. keep pursuing greatness. See you in the next one.
Big